guys, welcome back to my channel, Lost My Thread. I'm Teresa and today I'm going to be telling you about thread chains, when I use them and how I make them and how you might incorporate them into your garments. Thread chains, as the name would suggest, are a chain of thread that you're going to use to attach either one piece of fabric to another or to make a loop to put something through in your garment, or you can also use them to attach a piece of fabric to another object. So for example, at times I've used them for belt loops on a dress, which works really well. I've used them for button loops at the top of a neckline, at the back of a top that I've made. I have used them to secure bra straps in place. So on like a sleeveless top, they can be really useful where you just attach the thread chain to one side of a snap, attach the other side of the snap to the inside of your other strapless top or the other side of the strapless top, and then you can snap your bra strap inside when you put it on. I did a very similar thing with my Adrian blouse as well, because I felt like the Adrian blouse was constantly slipping off my shoulder, and making a little thread loop inside there helped to secure the top to the bra strap to stop it from slipping down. I've also used this to attach my lining to the inside of a dress when I felt like the lining was shifting around, and it's a similar thing that I want to do today where I want to secure a pocket in place. So this is the inside of a dress that I've made. This dress has French seams, and it's got a French seam flap pocket here. So it's just a side pocket. Side pockets in general, I do find annoying if they do not attach to the top of the waistband. And I usually just extend those pieces up and stitch them in like that. But I didn't think I could do French seams like that. And I wanted to maintain French seams throughout this garment. So I've got this pocket that's just going to be kind of flapping and flopping, annoying me when I'm wearing it. And I just want to attach the top of this pocket bag to the waistband itself. So I'm going to be showing you how to do that now. So this is the inside of the dress. We've got the side seam here and the waistband here. So what I want to do is just to attach the top of the pocket bag to the inside of the waist seam here. And I'm going to try and do that at the point that's the furthest from the side seam before it starts to go down. So it's kind of the edge of this curve. So I'd say probably around about here. And that's going to want to attach just directly above it to the waistband. You don't want to have it too tight because it is going to need to move around, or it could be quite tight and restricting against your leg as you're moving or sitting. But I just want to have something to give it a little bit of security. So I just got some normal polyester thread, and what you want to do is have a really long piece of thread to start with. It needs to be, for a single piece of thread for a thread chain, at least 3 times the distance that you're going from and to. And then if you were going to be doubling the thread over, it needs to be at least 6 times the distance. And in my case, I'm actually going to be quadrupling, so 4 layers of thread. So it needs to be at least 12 times the distance that I'm going from to what I'm attaching it to. So measure out a really long piece of thread. And I folded this in half now, and I'm going to take 2 ends, so this is 2 threads now, threading through the needle. And when I pull that through and match up my ends, this is the length of thread, so it's not crazy unwieldy. It's a little bit longer than elbow to fingertip, so it's not super long, but I've got 4 strands of thread now, so it's going to make my thread chain really secure and strong. So you just need to make a knot at the end of all of these like normal. And this is the side of the pocket that's going to face your body. And so I prefer to have the knot on the back of that. So that's going to be facing the inside of the dress. So you're going to go to about where you think you want to start. Go in from the inside up until about the seam. That's going to keep the knot here. And then you just want to go inside very nearby. So just picking up a little bit of thread right next to where you've just gone through. Pull it through and make sure that you leave a loop here. So you're not pulling the needle all the way. You can let the needle just hang. You don't really need to worry about that for now, but you've created a loop. And what you want to do is you're going to want to pull the thread that's attached to your needle through the loop and create a new loop. And that's basically it. You're just going to keep doing that. So for me, I find it easier to use my thumb and my pointer finger to hold this open, and then my middle finger
is just going to pull it through, and you just keep on going, and you'll be surprised how fast it starts to get once you get into the rhythm. And as you can see, it starts to form a chain there, and you just keep on going until it gets about the distance that you think it needs to be to attach to where it's going. So I'm happy with that. So this goes all the way along here. This is my seam, and it just extends a little bit beyond the seam, just so I know that there's a little bit of flexibility and mobility once I'm actually using the pocket. So the way you end your thread chain is you take the needle and you pass it through the loop that you've been working through and just pull it all the way through, and then that's going to secure it. That is now knotted at the end, so it's not going anywhere. So you just need to work out definitely where you want it to be placed. And I'm going to go in just inside. This is my seam here, so I want to go just inside the seam allowance so that this isn't poking through on the outside of my dress. Pull it through and then just form your knot as you normally would do. You're good to go.
So I hope you can see that thread chains are really not difficult to use, and they are super useful to use in your garments. Please let me know if you've used them in other ways down below, because I'm always looking for ways to improve my sewing and incorporate these hand-sewn elements as well. If you enjoyed my video, please do give me a like. Think about subscribing to my channel if you want to see more of my videos, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!